Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another shave video at Dagwood's East Tonsorium. This time we're going to be looking at Declaration Grooming's Contemplation in their Icarus base. So I only got a sample of this. The scent, I was kind of on the, it sounded nice, but I was kind of on the fence about. The only one that I really knew I wanted was Shore. Now that I've smelled this out of the little jar that I got, kind of wish I picked up a full tub of this. So that'll be a purchase in the near future. The scent on this kind of combines two of my favorite scent profiles, and that is the bright citrus and fougere. So you get the green fougere, but it's a citrusy fougere, kind of along the lines of Fern Concerto. But just slightly more greenery than the Fern Concerto, because the Fern Concerto is very, very sharp. It's very pointed. This, on the other hand, is a Vutch. A Vutch? I guess I'm coming up with new English every day. This is much more on the green side of the house, but the citrus really brightens it and keeps it from getting too dark. So I really appreciate that. It's not in the same vein as English Fern, and just as a comparative note. So English Fern is actually almost sharper, but English Fern has quite a bit more geranium and oak moss in it, so it has just a different feel. I can't tell if this has geranium in it. But you can definitely get the notes of bergamot and maybe a little bit of lemon, but it also, you get a little bit of the oak moss, maybe just a little bit of lavender. Again, this is the Icarus base, so they don't list the scent notes. However, here is the soap base. I've already gone over how good the soap base is. It is a phenomenally good soap base, but I mean, it's the best soap base I've ever used. It scores a perfect 55 out of 55 for me. I know exactly what I'm going to get out of this soap base. So this is more of a scent review and how the scent evolves. So I'm also using, for equipment, I'm going to use one of the brushes I got back from Sorrentino. He refinished this brush. This brush was actually created by Excalibur Rustics out of California. And actually this was the first custom or artisan made brush I got. It used to have a 3-band silver tip super in it that was just, it wasn't set right. It was floppy, and I really couldn't stand that knot, so I took the knot out, sent the handle to Eric. He put a little extra weight in it and refinished it because it was starting to delam up around the top. So he did an awesome job on this. It looks great. And then he put a cashmere synthetic in there. And then for the razor, we're using my Earn 204. This is a 5/8 razor. It does have a thumb notch, albeit however small, and is actually one of my longer razors that I have. So when I say longer, just the length of the blade. I'm putting my hand on my spine because I'm not going to run along the blade. One of the things I didn't go over in my stropping video was X strokes, and that's something I'll probably remedy in my next how-to video, is going over the X stroke on the strop. And if you're having problems with the X stroke, other ways to get the full length of the blade. So, all right, so let's go ahead and, so I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to soak it, squeeze out a little bit of a fleck. Now, as you can tell, I've got quite a bit of water in there. That's probably a full tablespoon, if not a little bit more. So I'm going to just use that as my initial little bit on top of what I've got in the brush. I'm going to push things down to the bottom and just start. Now, this is one of the reasons I don't particularly care for samples, especially if the soap is a little harder. You could see the little bits of soap that got pushed around and were loose, and now they're floating around in there. So, not the biggest fan of samples. If a sample's real soft, it loads right away. But try and incorporate all those little pieces into this lather that we've got going right now. I mean, right away you can tell the lather is nice and needs water. Needs water. So we'll put 5 full squirts in there. Again, that's a little over a tablespoon. It's about the same, so I've got 2 tablespoons of water in there right now. Let's see how this reacts. Hopefully those little pieces of soap will break down as the water gets incorporated and the brush agitates the soap even more. That's what we always hope. If not, that's alright. Just pick them out. So how's everybody's weekend? How did everybody's weekend go? I hope it went well. Happy Monday. I know some of you guys have stuff going on this week. Chad, you're traveling. Hope your trip and your travel goes well. Oh, that's amazing. Still very, very dry. So we're up to 3 tablespoons of water. So that's about 6 teaspoons. This lather looks better and better every time I use it. I'm not gonna lie, this stuff looks amazing. I think we're about there. Okay. So oh yeah. Chad pretty much nailed my consistency when he went to break the lather on the Icarus soap base the other day. So pretty much nailed what I enjoy. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do my hot towel and I'll be right back. Okay guys, we're back. One of the things I didn't go over is how Declaration Grooming describes this scent. They describe it as the scent of summer. And let me get it on, because when I was doing my hot towel and I put the lather on, it actually kind of bloomed out on me. By the way, the strength of scent on this is probably a 2.5 out of the tub, and does bloom out quite a bit when it's lathered, especially when it's on your face. Now, I can't smell it from the bowl, so I'm not going to say it's like a 3.5, 4, but it's just noticeably more on your face than it is if you take the tub and put it up to your nose. So if you want to say it goes from a 2 to a 2.5, that'd be fair. Tell you what, the loft on this brush is awesome. I hope everybody has a good Monday. Days are kind of transparent out here. Matter of fact, the cadre is one of the few ways that I do keep track of my days of the week. So, post my shave of the day, and I've got to put the date. Kind of have to know what day it is. And actually, this is still possibly a bit dry. A little lather. But we're going to go with it. we're gonna go with it and see how it treats us. So earn 204. So scent of the summer is how they describe this. And I guess I can see that. You have to understand, for me, I grew up in the Northeast, on the coast. So the summer for me always involved the ocean, fishing on lakes, the smell of ripe maple trees, the leaves in the air. Not the sweet smell of spring, but the mature smell of summer, the mature tree smell of summer. That's the only way I can describe it. But everything that you smell in the air, all the foliage you smell in the air, everything's mixed in with, got some sea salt air mixed in. And it's very unique. That's why one of the reasons why I like the beach scented soaps so much. Because they do tend to be a bit more nostalgic for me, especially if they nail the Hawaiian tropics scent. Now, Contemplation, so outside of their Chatillon Luxe collaboration soaps and scents, so they released 2 Chatillon Luxe collaboration scents in the Project Icarus soap base, the Santal Austere. And then they went back because they had so many complaints about the animalic smell coming out of that soap. They went back and they worked on the Icarus base a little bit more. And then they released these 3 soaps, which are Shore, Contemplation, and Sweet Lemon. Then they came out with another Chatillon Luxe collaboration, which some of you guys have, which is Vita Pocha. I didn't end up getting that. I got a chance to smell the aftershave at Pasteur's when I was there. And it's not bad. I don't mind the scent, but it's not something that makes me go, wow, I need to have this. I totally forgot where I was going with this. I hate it when that happens. Totally got sidetracked. But they released these 3 scents, and out of the 3, I thought that Shore would be the most enjoyable. It's not. Contemplation is. This is what I was going to say. So out of the 3 that they released, Shore, Contemplation, and Sweet Lemon. Contemplation is the most expensive at $25. The other 2 are going for $22. Excuse me, I'm having all kinds of problems this morning. So this is not cheap by any stretch of the imagination. Coming in at just over, comes in at $6.25 an ounce, because you do get 4 ounces in a tub. But again, this is the best soap I've ever used. I can't emphasize that enough. This hits every mark. I mean, this hits everything. Chad said that his one knock is the water band. I actually enjoy a wide water band because I enjoy the lathering process. So that's kind of a your miles may vary thing, but honestly, for $25, I'm going to be going out and I'm going to be running to the store to get this, or running onto the computer to get this, I should say. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, finish up the shave, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Had a great shave with Contemplation by Declaration Grooming in their Icarus soap. Not surprising considering how good this soap is. The Sorrentino refinished brush by Excalibur Rustics did a wonderful job with the cashmere knot, and the Urn 204. This is honestly, even though it's one of my longer razors, it's not one of my larger razors, one of my longer razors, this is probably one of my best shavers. Just the combination was a great, comfortable shave today. I did have to go without a shave yesterday, just because of circumstances here, but so that gave me 2 days worth of growth to mow down, and that's always a good feeling when you get that much growth, that much stubble to knock down. Yeah, not much else to say about this. I mean, I've been contemplating the. See what I did there? I've been thinking about the scent on this, and it kind of reminds me of so the hair cutters out here, the barbers out here, are Turkish, and they use a lemon-based aftershave. And it's lemon-based alcohol-based lemon aftershave. After they touch you up, because they take a shavette and they'll touch you up. They do straight shavette shaves, but I don't need that. And they use that to soothe your neck and your face and everything. And the citrus notes in this remind me of that, but then it's got the green undertone that reminds me of a bright green, dark green. Although if I really sat there and really concentrated on the scent notes, I'm sure there are some darker notes in there because it's not overly bright. So there is something in the background there that is keeping everything from getting too bright, if that makes any sense. Is it closer to a classic fougere than it is English fern? I'd say it's somewhere right in the middle. And then you get a third angle of all the citrus. So, I mean, because you've got English fern with its real sharp fougere over here. You've got traditional fougeres, which are not nearly as sharp. They're nice and soft, very grounded, earthy. And then you've got this, which is kind of up here, and it's more of a bright citrus, bright green, not nearly as earthy, but not sharp. So that's the best way I can describe it. Really, really enjoyable. Really, really enjoyable. I wouldn't be talking this much about it if I didn't enjoy it. Yeah, so that's my shave. If you haven't checked us out at The Shave and Cadre, stop on by www.theshaveandcadre.com. We got tons of discussions going on. The journals, the member-driven, the member shave video section is getting huge. We've got, I want to say, 10 or 15 people now that are doing videos. I might be massively overstating that, but there's a ton of people doing videos in the member section, member video section of the forum, and it's awesome to see. So come by, check us out, www.theshaveandcadre.com, and I'll see you later. Peace.